Amid the onslaught of typhoons over the past few years, the town of Alcala decided to build a green wall to protect residents from floods while promoting tree planting. Mayor Tin Antonio tells us about this award-winning green wall of Alcala on The Final Word. Mayor, congratulations on the victory at the Galing Pook Awards.
Thank you so much, Rico. Thank you to the Galing Pook Foundation for the recognition.
So how are you building this mighty green wall in Alcala?
We're building it with the help of everyone in the community, all the sectors, all the groups, the community residents. The success of this project really hinges upon everyone being involved and engaged in this intergenerational project. The Green Wall of Alcala is the building of a mighty wall of native trees. It's the planting of native trees so that it will form or build a wall along riverbanks, so that that green wall literally will prevent massive floods from destroying our not just crops but our entire community. So this project is the product of first the big flood of Typhoon Ulysses, which devastated us. 24 of our 25 barangays were flooded in November 2020, and we were devastated because 50-meter high flood waters. We experienced that. And so we sought the help of Dr. Fernando Siringan of UP and other UP scientists, and they studied the Cagayan River. And we were together with them in the field, looking at, well, not just the river, but also the watersheds already. And one of the recommendations is the building of this mighty wall of Philippine native trees. Not just a tree planting activity. It's not random. Everything is mapped out.
Of course, there is a process, there's a scientific approach, to building this mighty green wall. And how much have you planted so far, and the number of kilometers that are covered by this mighty green wall?
In the past 2.5 years, we were able to plant 32,200 plus tree species, all native. And these 32,200 plus Philippine native trees are found in 71 locations. And these locations are on the riverbanks, the communities, our roadsides, 34 kilometers. So we plan to plant along 194 kilometers more. Also on our watersheds. That's so important because the native trees will prevent soil erosion, because floodwaters, Rico, it's not just water, but it's a combination of water and soil eroded from the highlands. So it's so important that the soil is kept there, and that's the important thing about the native trees on the watersheds.
So Mayor, what is this method of restoration, and where did you learn this multi-restoration strategy approach?
So the core concept of the Green Wall of Alcala is the building of a mighty wall of native trees along riverbanks. So it's green engineering because instead of costly concrete river walls, we're using native trees to build a literal wall. And then from this scientific recommendation, we took this core concept and applied it to other areas in Alcala, like as I have mentioned, the watersheds, the communities, the schools, roadsides.
And what about the sustainability of this green wall? How are you planning to sustain it going forward?
It's so important, Rico, to engage the entire community, because as I have mentioned, the trees will take 3, 4, 5 years to grow. And so it can't just be the municipal officials or the leaders of the municipality who will move or who will plant, but also all the sectors and groups in our municipality, and engaging them is all about giving them the knowledge about what happens when we don't take care of our surroundings. We don't we if and when we live like we're apart from nature. And so it's important that we talk about climate change and how the floods that came upon us is really the result of climate change. And these floods are not acts of God, but we brought it upon ourselves because we've cut down our trees and we've eaten up our land with farms and buildings. And it's talking about biodiversity, especially native trees, because native trees are host local wildlife and local plants. In contrast, exotic trees don't do that. For example, Gimelina or mahogany. Mahogany is downright harmful to bees, which are pollinators. So we talk about that. That's how we engage our community residents. We talk to our school children. We talk to our teachers. We talk about pooling,
Yes.
and everything is really interconnected. So that's how we motivate them.
All right, the community has to work as one to protect the environment from flooding. Thank you so much and congratulations, Alcala Mayor Tin Antonio.